Alright, Schlockmeister fans, from the Euroshock collection. By request, we're going to do Zombie Lake. Let's check it out. As the beginning credits roll, this lovely lady here is going to take off all of her clothes for us. She then goes skinny dipping in this lake with some incredible underwater nude scenes, which I would love to be able to show you, but instead I gotta show you the hand of this zombie. The underwater shots were clearly filmed in a swimming pool, but here's what the zombie looks like underwater. And then he attacks, drags her under, kills her. And then he comes out of the water and attacks this lady. Love that green makeup peeling off. Some passersby found her, picked her up, and dropped her off in front of the mortuary. This woman's a reporter. She's come to this town.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I'm a reporter from the Zonkia Daily News. I came to do a story. What about on here?
There's nothing to write about.
You can say that again.
Ain't nothing to write
She's going to write about that lake.
For instance, that you knew some strange tales about the lake. I want to know what's happening. If you just hang on a minute, I brought a book about otherworldly phenomena. You'll find it fascinating. Read it, if you've got the...
So the mayor, or whoever he is, tells a story about what happened during World War II, and these German soldiers came to town, and this particular fella met a lovely French lady. I think he's going to get some. I was right. Now notice the necklace that she's wearing. Apparently, he knocked her up. Now this is several months later. I think she's about to give birth. Or she just did give birth, but now she's dying because of the childbirth. So mom gave birth, she died, soldier went back to war. And then these German troops got killed by these French citizens.
Along this way. All the more. You'll kill everybody in the village if you leave them lying around.
We'll find something. But we've got to move out of here. We can't bury them, but we'll just throw them in the lake.
So that's exactly what they do. They toss all the German soldiers, like 7 of them, into the lake. And apparently they stayed there for years. Wouldn't you know it, a girls' soccer team stopped by the lake. They decide they're going to go swimming, and guess what? They're all going to go skinny dipping. Boy, would I love to show you this scene because it's the best part of the film. And guess what's down there under the water? The attack has begun.
Ask your questions.
Let's level, Mayor. I hope you don't really think ghosts killed them.
Yes, that's what I think. In fact, I'm convinced of it.
Now, as this zombie's walking along, he suddenly gets some humanity in him and recognizes the place. This is where he screwed that French woman years earlier, and that must be his daughter. He doesn't eat his daughter, instead he gives her the necklace. Now, I don't know how the little girl somehow makes the connection, but she does. Meanwhile, his zombie buddies are eating their way through town. This couple was about to make love. In fact, a few seconds ago, she was topless. Apparently, she put her bra back on to have sex. We have another topless one. This one was running in her underwear after taking a bath. She's getting eaten. And I guess with their bellies full, our zombies decide to go back to the lake. This horde appears to be a total of 7. But they come back out to play later on, and they find that the citizens have formed a posse. As we all know, bullets don't have a lot of effect on zombies unless you hit them in the head, which these people don't do. Daddy Zombie returns to his daughter's house again. We know Mom is dead, but there's no mention as to who she's living with, but they're going to have some quality Daddy Zombie daughter time. I don't know what he's doing here.
And the lake. We created these monstrous zombies. No weapon can kill them. Can't be stopped. The lake is their refuge.
Maybe the little girl can help them.
Do you know who the man with the medallion is?
Yes, he's my father, and that's why I don't want you to hurt him. And the others are bad ghosts, but not him. I'll help you catch the other ghosts if you want me to, but I won't let you hurt him.
That reporter's still snooping around, and she's got a big scoop now. That is, if she survives. Which she won't. Anyway, they got this big bucket of blood to lure them into this barn or something, and she's feeding them, or specifically feeding her dad. There you go. You drink it down, you pass it around.
Oh, no!
Anyway, they said no weapons could hurt them, but apparently this flamethrower isn't a weapon. Because it seems to stop our zombies cold. Or hot. Our zombies fall. But she'll never forget her quality time with her zombie daddy.
I won't forget.
Alright, let's talk about Zombie Lake. This was requested not too long ago from somebody. I had this on my old channel, so I'm reviewing it now on the new one as well. This one stars Howard Vernon. This was made in France, and it was directed by, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. It's Jean Rollin or Jean Rollin, I don't know. But anyway, he directed this little masterpiece. Now, it's a zombie underwater Nazi film, not unlike Shockwaves in that regard, but there's nothing like Shockwaves. Shockwaves is a pretty good one. This one's not. We have this lake where under the water in this lake there are some Nazis. They're German soldiers. We find out later on were shot and basically just dumped in the lake. And after 40 years or 35, 40 years, they're now zombies. But they don't seem to do anything. They've been down there forever, and now they suddenly pop up when these naked girls decide to go skinny dipping. The first scene in the movie is this girl who strips down, jumps in, then she gets attacked. It's kind of odd, though. You can tell by looking at the film that it was not filmed in a lake. It was filmed in a swimming pool when you see the underwater scenes. But a zombie pops up and kills her. Later on, a high school, I don't know, if a college soccer girls team decides to pull over. They decide to get out naked and go skinny dipping as well, and then the zombies pop up and kill them as well. There's zombies all over the place wandering through this town, although we only have like 7 zombies, I think. Ultimately, though, one of these zombies gave or I didn't say gave birth, but impregnated this woman in France during the war before he got killed, and then the woman gave birth to a daughter. Of course, the daughter we see in this movie is like 10 years old, so maybe this movie's taking place in the 1950s? I don't know, I'm not quite sure. The bus didn't look like it was from the 1950s, but whatever. So anyway, that happens, and then the girl recognizes that that's her father, even though she never met him, and there's this amulet that the guy is holding, and then he gives it to her, the zombie. The zombie shows some touch of humanity here. The girl later on says, I'll help you round up all the other ghosts, she calls them, but you're not going to hurt them, you're not going to hurt my father. So nonetheless, she does help them round them up into this barn, and then they torch them all, and the zombies die, and that's pretty much the end of our movie. This movie's remembered for a couple of things. One, the horrible makeup on the zombies. It's just green cake on it, some sort of caked up mess on their faces. Plus, the only good part, if you ask me, is the nudity. There are some wonderful nude scenes in this movie, and if you're looking for like full frontal naked women swimming, bunch of crotch shots, just everything. I mean, we got full-on vagina going on in this movie. This movie has it. Great nude scenes. I'm going to give it credit for that, but that's about it. The rest of the movie's pretty shitty, but whatever, right? It's a French zombie Nazi film. So anyway, it's called Zombie Lake. It's available on a Blu-ray now as well. I'll leave a link down below if you want to check that out from Amazon, and please do. Again, for the nudity alone, it's worth it. But other than that, don't expect a whole lot here. So check it out. Let me know what you think about it. Leave some comments down below. Zombie Lake. Watch it. Bye.